Motivational warriors, you are in the right place. I'm just leaving the tennis club, everybody. If you're just jumping on here, hey, subscribe to the channel. Let's raise the numbers today, my friends. Let's raise the numbers, especially when you get momentum. Momentum is important. When you start getting some small wins, then you gain momentum. Once you get that ball rolling, I'm telling you, it continues. You know how momentum can switch in ball games, tennis matches. You see it. You see it on television. All of a sudden, somebody was winning, and next thing you know, momentum has switched. Momentum has changed for the player, for the team, and that can happen to us too. So, you know what? If you got some bad momentum, hang in there. Keep doing the right things for the right reason in the right way. Momentum's going to switch. Perseverance is going to beat. It's going to beat talent every time. All right, everybody, I like going live on Vertical Mode in YouTube. Why? Well, it's raw and real. This is not edited. There's no script. There's no teleprompter. That's why I go in my car. You know I'm not reading from notes. It's actually better for me that I let my subconscious. You can turn momentum around. You got this. All right, everybody, live, YouTube, Vertical Mode. We are getting after it today. I'm just leaving the tennis club, Kiwi Tennis Club here in Central Florida. It's actually on the Space Coast. And hey, we won our match today. And never before seen, I think, an all left-handers match today. We were all left-handers. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. You won't be disappointed. All self-improvement, personal growth, all great stuff that's interrupting my stream. All right, let's keep it going, everybody. Let's keep it going. Good morning, good morning. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'll wait till we get some more people on here. And hey, join a community of progress because, hey, that's what we have here. Every day in every way, we're trying to get better than we were yesterday. That's the key message that I always want on my channel. Transformation. If you want to transform to the next level, now you might already be doing great. And if you are, keep it going. Keep the momentum going. And once you get that ball rolling in the right direction, hey, it's going to get easier and easier as you habituate patterns and behaviors and a way of thinking that's going to serve you the best so that you're getting better every day in every way. And I've got the subject of my next podcast I'm going to be doing today. And I was watching a man named Damon. I've got to give him full credit when I do the podcast. He teaches through NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. And he hit on something that I've been kind of wondering about myself. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm leaving the tennis club. We all won today. Well, no, my team won. But we were all left-handers today. And we took a group picture for the tennis club because very rarely will you have 4 left-handers playing together, but it went really well. What a great match. And it was just a lot of fun. But I'm glad myself and my partner, we won. Winning never gets old, everybody. Good morning. I'm glad you're here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you are in the damn right place. You're a motivational warrior. You are so strong and courageous. Thank you for checking in. We got a good group going this morning. Let's keep it going, everybody. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, jump on board. Sometimes a positive attitude, sometimes a higher vibration of frequency is contagious. You know how it is when you get around people. Hey, they got a positive mental attitude, and guess what? It's contagious. It kind of pulls you right in. Same goes for a negative frequency, right? Negative vibration. Those kind of people can suck the energy right out of you. That's why, on purpose, we got to control and audit our inner circle. Very easy to do. You know when all of a sudden somebody's in your circle and you think, holy shit, these people are takers. Getting a lot of calls today, but I got to shut it down because I'm here with you. So listen, I have the message for today's podcast I'm going to be working on. I got it from another guy, and I always give people credit. But it's something that's bothered me for years because I do believe in visualization, imagination, getting an image of yourself in a future self. I do believe in, I always bought into vision boards and, having a strong image in your head, a dominating thought in your head paired with strong emotion. It plants in your subconscious mind, and it brings into work all of the earth and universe's powers that are on your vibration of that image, and it helps manifest that into a physical reality. Now, the thing that was bothering me was a couple of things in my life, several, have come true. And I had a strong image in my head of them, but I did not write them down, and I did not have a vision board, but yet they came true. And this guy who teaches NLP was saying, it's not necessary. Vision boards aren't what works. What really works is the creation of the image in your head that you have put there, and it's not that specific. I'm always talking about getting a specific image, but he's saying it's a little blurry around the edges. And, you know, it's like reading a book. If you're reading a good novel, when they write the scene, it paints a picture in your head, but with a lot of things missing. Okay, and what happens is your brain fills in the gaps. Your brain engages. And so when you're reading a book, you're actually creating story with the writer. A writer that is too specific, the scene is too specific, and you don't do any creation in your head of filling in the gaps, you don't enjoy those novels, and they're not good books. And so another reason they become good novels, not only because you create and finish the scenes and add in your own content as you read, that creation in your head ruins you for the movie. Because when you go to the movie and you see an actual an image that is everything's involved in that image, you say, oh, this sucks. That's not right. That bar's not made right, because you created the completed scene in your head when you read the book. But anyways, the guy I was watching today, he was basically saying the dreams and the goals that come true are the ones where we create the image in our heads. So instead of a vision board, more important to have a created, dominating image in our head that we can check in with on a consistent basis and pair it with strong emotions. And that plants in the subconscious mind with emotion. And that's what gets the ball rolling, and things start to happen in your life that you start to say, wow, what a coincidence. You know, I had it in my mind for this to happen, and now it came true. I mean, how coincidental is that? It's not a coincidence. These kind of things work not once in a while, but every single time. When I think back to, I think it was about 1985, let's say circa 1985, and I was watching a DVD by Richard Pryor. This is going to hit home to you. And I'm watching Live on the Sunset Strip was the name of the DVD, Richard Pryor, circa 1985. I'm sorry, it would have been 1981, circa 1981. I was in New York State. But I saw that DVD of Richard Pryor on stage, and something clicked, and I go, oh my God, I love the look of this stage. I've got to find out where this comedy show was filmed. And I looked on the back, oh, the Hollywood Palladium, Hollywood, California. I'm in New York. I have no reason to even believe that I'll end up in California, but I had it in my head. Oh my, I want to perform on this stage at the Hollywood Palladium. I never wrote that down, but it was a dominating thought in my head. I would frequently play that DVD and look at that image of that stage, right? And I got that in my head, but I didn't write it down. I did not have a vision board. Circa 1983. 81. 83, I end up taking a job with the LA County Sheriff's Department, 1983. I'm working the LA County Sheriff's Department, not even doing comedy. I'm in the jail, stuck in the jail. 1985, 86, I started doing stand-up comedy again, start writing my own material. And then I end up producing my own show in 1996 at the Roxy on Sunset. 1997, I am driving by the Hollywood Palladium, and I go, holy shit, there's the Hollywood Palladium. That's the DVD I saw, Live on the Sunset Strip. And I go, shit, I just produced a good show at the Roxy, 400 people. I wonder if I could rent the Hollywood Palladium. And so sure enough, I went in, I met with the owner. And actually there's like 12 owners, but the owner that was on site. And he turned out to be a reserve police officer for the Culver City Police Officers Association. And he said, yeah, you can rent this place for $5,000, but it's a 4-wall, they call it. You got to provide your own lights and your own sound. And you got to provide a security detail. And I had money saved for from my tax return. And so I laid that $5,000 down, got the contract, and set the date for my Hollywood Palladium show. And at the time, I didn't have enough material to headline the show, but I had developed relationships with several headliners. And my good buddy Mike Marino, I had him headline, and I had the someone that I met who was attached to the Arsenio Hall show, and they opened for me. And Margaret Cho opened for me in that show. And then, coincidentally, or maybe not, right after I made my contract, about a month later, the owner calls me and says, hey, Cliff, Paramount Pictures is doing the re-release of Grease, and they want the Palladium on the night of your show. And I told them, I already have a contract with you. And I don't know why I said this. I said, well, I've done a lot of advertising. You know what? It's going to cost them $11,000. I don't even know where I got that amount from. And he said, well, okay, I know what to do. But he said, I'm kind of the whore in this deal. And I said, listen, if they're going to pay me the $11,000, I'm going to have a brokerage fee for you. And so I got $500 cash. I met him for lunch, and then I gave him the envelope with $500. And what an honorable guy. He said, well, has the studios paid you yet? And I said, no, they haven't paid me yet. I wrote up an invoice and I sent it to Paramount Pictures. And he said, well, I don't trust the studios. When they pay you, I'll take your money, and not until. What an honorable guy. And it did take a while to get them to write the check, but they wrote the check, 11 grand. But here is the moral of the story, everybody. The moral of the story is I had that image in my head from 1981, 82, and in 1998, it was manifested into reality. It was not on a vision board. I didn't have it written down, but I had created a very strong image in my mind of me performing at the Hollywood Palladium. It was a strong image that I attached great emotion to. And it was a dominating thought in my mind, not always, but it was planted in my subconscious, and sure enough, it came to happen. So I think it's so important to put that image in your head with strong emotion. And I'm telling you, things are going to work in the universe to manifest that image coming true in a physical reality for you and me. Now, that's one example. Another example is 2019. My wife and I go to a Tony Robbins live seminar, a UPW, Unleash the Power Within weekend at the LA Convention Center. 15,000 people at this UPW. And so we were doing one of the visualization exercises. And so when we got done, hey, what did you visualize? I said, I visualized a home on the beach, waterfront, waves crashing. And she said, so did I. That's what I envisioned. A house on the beach. Sure enough, we ended up in 2020 vacationing here in Indian Atlantic. And then COVID happened. And then my wife said, hey, we can't go back to California. Our flights are canceled. We're locked down. I was born in Cuba. This is like communism. Let's look at a place. And I go, what? She goes, come on. You're the one that wanted to move here. And so we looked at one place, bought it right on the beach. Our visualization in 2019 came to pass. We didn't have a vision board. I think we did write it down in our journal. We did write it down. But we did not have a vision board. And it all came to pass. I think the most important thing was we imagined. It was in our imagination. It was a created image that we both created, and we were in harmony with each other. So we actually created a mastermind, 2 or more people that come together with a like-minded goal and or thought. And that creates actually a third mind that's so powerful, more powerful than the 2 together. And I think because my wife and I were on a similar vibration and frequency with that image, even though it was our own personal image, it was congruent, it was consistent. And so we ended up here on the beach. And that's 2 examples that I know that came to pass, that I had a strong image in my, let alone I had this image of me, you know, joining a large metropolitan police agency, and I was applying in New York City, LA, Houston, Dallas, and it all came to work out that I ended up with the LA County Sheriff's Department, which was congruent with me completing my image of performing at the Hollywood Palladium. It's all important. Imagination, image, nation, creating images in your head. By you creating them, it hits home. When you have a vision board with a picture of somebody else's image, somebody else's life, it doesn't click in. What you need to do is have an imagination that creates an image that's personal to you. Personal means you're connected with it emotionally. And when you're connected with an image emotionally, that gets planted in your subconscious mind. And as we know, our conscious mind can accept or reject ideas, thoughts, and images. Our subconscious mind cannot reject. It will accept what we plant in it with strong emotion. So we have to be very careful what we plant in our subconscious mind, because no matter what you plant in it, it's going to grow. Picture this. Picture a field and you plant corn in it, and it'll grow. Right next to the corn, you can plant killer poison. It's going to grow. What's the most important thing? What you plant. All right? So let's start planting some positive, creative shit in our heads with our own images, our own mindset. We can do this. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'm crazy motivated, kind of nuts. And I tend to be attracted to, I attract to me people on the same frequency, same vibration. So if you're a little bit nuts, welcome to the crowd. You're not going to be in an easy crowd, but it's going to be crazy. And I think you're going to like it. All right, focus on the driving. No, I'm not going to do it. Hi, how are you? I am the Star 246. Love you. Hey, how are you? Mr. Cliff, how are you? Oh, I love you guys. My name, just subscribe to the channel. You're going to find out more than my name. Hey, I am the Star. I love it. Programmer Gigi 406. Yeah, you're awesome, man. I love all the positive comments. That's right. Our conscious mind can accept or reject. What does that mean? If people bring a gift to you of negativity, energy sucking vibration, we have the ability, conscious-wise, to reject that shit. All right? We don't have to take it in. Someone, anybody, does not have the power to change your attitude, your mood, or ruin your day unless you give them the permission. You would have to give up that power. You got to hand it over to them. Sometimes we don't even trust ourselves, and we know we're being honest and true. And yet we're going to trust the opinions and judgments of others. No way. We're not going to do that. No. The judgments and the opinions of others is none of our damn business. All right? We're the creators. If you're a Christian like me, if you believe in God, God is all creator, and we were made in God's image, so we are creators. So, be creative. Do it today. You're in the right place. Start right now. Actually, this is day one of the rest of our lives. I love you guys. Thanks for checking in. Subscribe. You won't be disappointed. All right.